Welcome to another episode of the Multifamily Collective. Today I want to do a coffee review. This one is a little bit overdue. I received this coffee as a gift from Sharon Cauthen. You may know her from the famed podcast, 8 Stories, that she does with Jennifer Carter. But she gifted me a bag of coffee from the Old City Coffee establishment in Philadelphia. And she picked the Poor Richard's Brew. Poor Richard, of course, is a very famous pseudonym that Benjamin Franklin used way back in the day, 1700s. 1700s plus minus. Yeah, 1700s. And so Poor Richard was short for Richard Saunders, which is a pseudonym that he used to write and publish material at that time. All that being said, Sharon purchased this and gifted this to me, and I'm very excited to try it. oldcitycoffee.com, located in Philadelphia, established in 1985, the Poor Richard's Brew. So I ran this through a French press today, which is generally the way I like coffee. It's a little bit more intense, or it takes a little more time than the Keurig, because you have to heat the water up to a certain temperature and so on and so forth. For those of you who are familiar with French press, if you're not familiar, definitely Google that and try yourself a cup of coffee based on that method of making it. So here we go. Poor Richard's Brew. Still hot. Let's see. I might have to take another sip of that. There's just, I will say this coffee is really smooth. I don't really get any kind of acidic flavor. I gotta say, I don't really get any flavor that's really pronounced on the palate. It's interesting when I took the beans out of the bag and I put them into the grinder. They're not. The bean was not a dark bean. It was more of a real light shade of brown. And some beans are a little bit oily in nature because I think as they age, the oils come out of the coffees. But the coffee beans, that is. But this particular bean was just a very light brown. I'm assuming this is a light roast. It doesn't say on the bag if it's a light roast or not, but I'm assuming as much just based on the color of the bean that went into the grinder this morning. But if this coffee were not caffeinated, this is a coffee that I would drink at night. I love drinking coffee at night. The end of the day, the end of dinner, you're sitting down, whatever your kind of nighttime ritual is, your nighttime routine is. I include coffee in mine, decaffeinated, obviously, but this feels like a nice nightcap. Instead of wine, instead of some sort of adulterants, you could get a decaf version of this coffee and it would be a pleasant experience before you go to bed. So I'm going to give Old City Coffee, Poor Richard's Brew, I'm going to give this kind of like a 6.5 cups on a scale of 1 to 10 cups. And the only reason I say that is there's nothing really like knocking me out of the park as it relates to this coffee. It just feels like a comfortable coffee. So a 6.5 to me is a coffee that I would recommend, but you don't necessarily have to fly up to Philadelphia, go experience Old City Coffee and pick up a bag of this. It's good coffee. So don't get me wrong. Very good coffee, but not necessarily a coffee I'd go out of my way to get. But this is a coffee I would consume. Definitely even a post-lunch coffee, light coffee in the afternoon to sort of wash down the lunchtime fare. I like it. So thank you, Sharon Cauthen, for picking this particular bag of coffee up. Thank you for Old City Brewery, or Old City Coffee Brewery. Wow, it's only 12:30. Anyway, thank you very much, Sharon, and we will talk to you again soon.